Kinsman Sports signing in. I want to come in here. Not going to take up much of your time. I want to talk about UFC 250 last night. In case you guys aren't into UFC, I want to mold your brains. I want to get you at least interested in UFC. If you're not in the UFC, I want to know why. There's numerous reasons why people are into UFC. I don't know the people, I don't know the fighters, can't pronounce the fighters. It's boring. Me, I've been in the UFC for probably about 10 years now. Watched pay-per-views when I was there. Went to a restaurant where they had it. I don't know if you guys have it or not. It's called Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't know if you guys have it in your area, but they used to have it back in the day. My military buddy and I used to go there all the time. I'd watch events when Ronda Rousey was there and Conor McGregor's in there. I want you guys to tell me why you're not in UFC. And if you are in the UFC, then we have something in common. Do you want more UFC content on my channel? Do you want to see more? I'm trying to think of things to talk about now that NBA, go Knicks, now that the Knicks are champions. I want to know what you guys want on the channel. Now that there's no more NBA, NHL, congratulations to the Carolina Hurricanes. Yeah, they won. It's not the Penguins, but it's whatever. Can't have it every year, but if you're not in the UFC, please leave a comment why. And if you are, and if you want to see more content of UFC content, please let me know. But last night, in case you guys don't know, if you guys went to bed early because of work or you're watching something else, UFC 250 was at the White House last night. And if you're just like, oh, it's boring, no, it wasn't. It was spectacular. I thought it was one of the greatest shows. We had our first rain delay in UFC history because all events are indoors, but it was rain delay for about 15-20 minutes. UFC 250 was at the White House. It was an amazing show. I think and you can have your opinions. You can have your opinions. That's fine. But the stage was a little too big, but I understand why they did it. If you're gonna have a stage bigger than the White House itself, and you have to light the sky up like an airport, something's wrong. But for the most part, it was good. Ralph Williams says a great UFC show. I agree. That was one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. First outdoor show in UFC history. First time at the White House. Here's what's interesting though. On the bottom part of the White House, that's where the fighters came out. And then the honor guard was walking with them. Ralph Williams and I were on the phone in the beginning part of the show before we went to bed later on. We were surprised that people were allowed in the White House, but that was cool. That was great to see. My problem is, you can argue with me, I don't care. This is freedom of speech of the show, so if you want to talk and you want to say that's wrong, let's go ahead. I don't care. You have your opinion, I have mine. The honor guard is trained for state funerals, fallen soldiers ceremony, and dietary protocol. This is a scared operation mandate. You don't call yourself a patriot. Think what I just said. The honor guard is trained for state funerals, fallen soldiers ceremony, and other protocol. I get what they were doing. I get it. They want to protect the fighters, make sure they don't do anything, make sure they don't do anything to the White House, make sure they don't vandalize, make sure they don't take anything, make sure they don't do anything to the walls, make sure they don't, you get it, make sure they don't vandalize anything, make sure they, so, just trying to, it was a great show, don't get me wrong, UFC put a great show on, and Dana White was there, Joe Rogan was there. And whenever Dana White's at a show, you know they got to put on the best performance because that's the president. So the president of UFC, so they got to put on a good show in front of the big boy. I just don't understand why they use an honor guard at a UFC event on the Lincoln Memorial. People were there at the Lincoln Memorial walking. It was just weird. Why are we saying one for? I don't understand why you're saying one, but okay. There's no polo, so I don't know why you're saying one. But anyway. To me, I think it's disrespectful what the Lincoln Memorial was used for last night, but like I said, you have your opinions and I got mine. That's the only thing I was a little iffy about last night. I wanted to watch last night, one, because it was UFC, two, I wanted to see what happened last night. And the fighting was great. Don't get me wrong, the fighting was awesome. Derek Lewis, if you watch this show, if you watch this channel, I don't know why you would, but Derek Lewis, why did you fight like that? You had a terrible performance. Like I said, we got 8 people in here. If you like UFC, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. And if you don't like UFC, please let me know why. Maybe I can rethink your thinking of UFC. UFC is really not that bad. And if you don't like it, if it's disinteresting, if it's boring to you, then I understand. I get it. But I just want to see what you think of UFC. They had wrestlers there. They had wrestlers there. They had soldiers there. They had honor guards there. Great fight going on. Couple fights were too short. There's a couple fights I wish they were going to second or third round. Please like that, and please like and subscribe to the channel, by the way. I don't like to do the like and subscribe at the beginning. I like to talk about what I want to talk about and then get into that. But what are they doing at the Lincoln Memorial last night? They were just... They had 90,000 people over there watching in a big watch party thing. But the show itself was spectacular. Great national anthem. Zach Brown Band was there. They put on a good concert. I didn't get to watch the whole thing because I got work the next day. They should have it on Saturday. I know Trump's birthday was on Sunday, but they could have had it on Saturday. If it was on Saturday, UFC has taken over boxing, which has been weak for years. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Ralph. Boxing, Ralph Williams just put me to the next segue. Boxing is not what it used to be in the 90s. If you watched it, if you watched it in the 90s with Tyson, with Holyfield, with Butterbean, with Joe Frazier, that's when boxing was boxing. Now with Pacquiao, Tyson's like 60 years old and fixed to win. Tyson would have won against Jake Paul if money wasn't involved. Tyson would have crushed the crap out of him. I'm sorry, but Tyson would have crushed the crap out of Jake Paul. I'm sorry, but Jake Paul got what he got against Anthony. I'm sorry, but Jake Paul just needs to keep his mouth shut. If he disrespects Mike Tyson again, so help me. I'll find Jake Paul. No one disrespects the GOAT. I'm sorry, I know he bit his ear, and I know people don't like him because he bit Holyfield's ear off, but guess what? Things happen. Things happen to them, and they can't think straight when things are getting pressure, and people learn from their mistakes. Some people learn from their mistakes, but that's what Tyson did. He learned from biting Holyfield's ear off, but regardless of that, one time, you're gonna butcher him because of one time? Come on, you can't take that. If you take that away from Mike Tyson's legacy because he did that one time and he learned his mistakes, come on, something's wrong. You got to figure out what's going on. Actually relearn what actually happened there. Yeah, people lost money during that, but it is what it is. Back to the UFC event. I wanted to talk about that, but Ralph led me to that. So, and go subscribe to Ralph Williams, RW Media too. He's trying to get to 2,500, so let's all go and get him to 2,500 by the end of the week. Last night was awesome. If you missed it, you can go watch it back on Paramount Plus. Just fast forward it a little bit. It's because of the rain delay. Probably about the 20 or 30 mark is where the first fight happens. But go back and watch it. Awesome fight. Gaethje did win this fight against his last fight. Gaethje is a beast, I'm telling you. There's some other odds and ends that happen. I got one like. Come on, hit the like button. Hit that thumb. You see that thumb? Hit that like. The more you guys hit the like, the more my channel grows. What's your opinion about last night if you watched it last night? Let me hear from you. Come on, let me hear from you. Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it? Ralph said it's a great show last night. Hit that button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like. I'm trying to hit the 1,300, trying to hit 2,000 by the end of the year. I'm trying to think of what to talk about now that NBA and NHL's done over the summer months. Of course, when Steelers news goes down, that's when I break it. I'll give you a few minutes here. Let me know what you think about last night's fight. Did anybody watch? There's 7 people in here. Did you guys watch UFC 250 last night? Let me talk. I'm tired of talking. I've been talking all day. I talk all the time at work. Do you think Honor Guard should have used well properly? They did a good job last night, but I don't think that's what they're mainly trained for. Try to think. There was one little miscue last night, but that took care of it. Fans were booing. Trying to think if there's anything else. Just there was a dark turn last night. Any comments at all? Comments are wide open. History was made last night. UFC fighters were celebrating after Gaethje's win last night. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk to.
Hey, Mr. Carson, something happened to my mom. Mr. Julian, this is still through the roof. I'll be right there.
There was a UFC fighter that got banned.
If anything comes up, what's it? Which?
On Friday. Alex Pereira won his fight last night. What's up, Sports Break Media? What do you think about the fight last night? And please hit that like and hit that share and subscribe to the channel if you're not. Alex Pereira won. Like I said, a lot of these fights were one round, 2 minutes, 3 minutes long. I'm not planning on going live anymore tonight. If something happens, then I'll break it. But this is the only one I wanted to talk about. The UFC fight last night. Trying to look and see if there's anything else that needs to come up. I don't see anything. The flyover was awesome. There's 11 people in here. Hit that like, hit that share, and subscribe. If you want to see more UFC events, let me know on this. See if I can do UFC over the summer months now that NBA, Go Knicks, won the finals and Carolina won the Stanley Cup. See if we can do something. I'll think of something to do over the summer months. I don't want to go quiet over the summer months. I don't see anything else. Any comments about last night? Come on, people. I've been talking all day. 16 people in here. I know you're not coming in here to see me. Come on. What you got to say? It's about UFC. Appreciate everybody that came in. Now that there's 27 people in here, what do you like about UFC? If you don't like UFC, what don't you like about it? I want to get people more interested in UFC. If you're not interested, please let me know. Is it the people? Is it the fighters' names? Is it boring to you? Is grappling boring to you? Is it because it's jiu-jitsu and that you don't like it? What? Talk to me. Like, what don't you like about it? If you do like it, if you want to see more of it, let me know. What's going on, Easton? Hit that like, hit that share. Come on, I got 17 people in here. Get that like button up. This is just a calm, rational stream. I'm not gonna go all crazy. I'm not gonna be yelling. I'm just trying to get people's brains, see if they work, see if what you're thinking about UFC. Do you want to see UFC more events? Conor McGregor's coming out of retirement in July. Got 29 people in here. Hit that like. Come on, people. Hit that like. The more people like, the more the channel grows. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. I need more people. I need more people. I want more people interacting. I want more people commenting. I want members. It was fun watching it. The flyover was amazing. When you get fighter planes to go like that outside, I know you see that in football, but like I said, this is. Would you like to see more UFC events outside? If UFC went outside more often, would people watch it more? Of course, you got to deal with the rain delay. You got to deal with everything that went on. The wind, the thunderstorms, the lightning, the rain. Or do you like it indoors? Do you like it at T-Mobile Arena, like where it's usually at? Do you like it in Las Vegas? Do you like it in Brazil? You never know who's watching this, but Dana White, if you're watching this, keep it inside. I've been following UFC for 10 years now, 10, 15 years. A friend of mine that, he's like, come on, just watch it. If you watch it, you give it a chance. So I'm like, alright, I'll watch it. Brock Lesnar's not in it. Will that get you into it? Any thoughts about UFC 250? My day was good. My day was good. Trying to think. There's 28 people in here. Come on. Help me out here. You guys want to see more UFC events? Do you want Sports Break Media and I do UFC events? Let me know. Not many surprises on the fights. There was a couple. Derek Lewis losing. I thought Derek Lewis came in and I thought he was going to come in and take it, but surprise. I don't know. I don't know. Garcia fight. Forgot about that one. Steve Garcia won. But that's what's going on, everybody. That's what's going on. I just want to come on here and talk about UFC a little bit, see what you guys think about it. But I'll question for the chat: what is your thoughts about NASCAR race this coming week at the Navy base? Yeah, this is the first time that the NASCAR race is at Navy base. I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that sports break media. That's different. I heard that. But I'm going to let you guys go. Leave the comments after I'm done. If you have any UFC questions, please let me know. Like I said, I've been following it for 10 years. If you need help with UFC, if you help understand it, please let me know. If you want to know some of the fighters' names, let me know. But I'll see you on the next one. So, yeah, hit that like, hit that share, and subscribe. Subscribe to Sports Break Media, too. So, I'll see you on the next one. If you have any questions, comment, and please share. So, see you on the next one.